What's good, folks? Your boy Z here, back with another video. And as we see that football is upon us, okay, football season is finally getting ready to start back. I believe this is on week 2 of preseason. But once again, get y'all some reading material like this. I'm gonna keep preaching this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna keep preaching this now. I'm gonna keep promoting this magazine here, man. Get you one of these. If y'all want to know why I make my predictions so accurate, why I don't have to rely on gematria, why I don't have to rely on any conspiracy theories, is because I have one of these magazines here. Okay, see, I don't, like I keep telling y'all for the last 3 years, I don't just rely on watching TV, relying on analysts talk about these sports. I do my own research, okay? I go and I read on all these different teams. All the draft, I look at not only the NFL draft, and I look at the tie draft. I don't just look at the first round draft picks. I look at everybody. Not only do I pay attention to my team, which is the Dallas Cowboys, my primary team, but I look at everybody. Okay? How I'm able to determine which teams go to the playoffs because I look at these magazines. And then I not only look at preseason, but I look at everybody. I look at basically all 32 teams. See, if y'all gonna make predictions on the internet, on this YouTube, you can't just be focused on just 2 teams and just don't look at everybody else. You can't just focus on 2 particular teams and just be trying to bring politics into it. It doesn't work. What goes on outside the NFL is outside the NFL. It doesn't go on right now because the teams you predicted, they got to fight their way through at least 17, at least 16 other teams that they got to play, including teams in their division. Okay, and then from what I told you on my other video, we're reaching an era in football where things are changing. Certain teams ain't going to be competing like that no more. There are certain particular teams that's not going to be in the Super Bowl anymore. And how I know this? Because of this magazine here. This particular magazine by Aslan Sports Pro Football. Now, there's other magazines out there, not just this one. And again, you can find this at Target, Walmart, okay, your local liquor store that sells these, or even at a grocery store. They're like $7.99. Okay, it has the breakdown of everything. There's people who are journalists, okay, that have degrees, okay, they're certified. They go and they interview these coaches. They go down there, they look at they break down each roster. They show you the veteran roster and they show you the ones that's going to be in training camp practicing, okay? It shows you the entire breakdown, who's who and who's what, okay? It's all in this magazine here. Now I'm going to read on a couple of teams, on the Super Bowl teams that just played the Super Bowl last year to see how they fare off. Okay, just so y'all can understand what I do. Because, see, I do my actual research. Like I said, man, I don't just go on YouTube babbling off, okay? And like I told y'all, if y'all going to go to Vegas right now and you going to make your bets in Vegas, you go bet on spreads, you got to do your research, man. Read first, but for one, I'm going to read to you the New England. I'm going to do the Eagles and the Patriots on this video here. I'm going to do them just to give y'all a little sample of what's in this magazine here. So then y'all can understand, you know what I'm saying? So y'all can understand how to do these things correctly. You can understand where I'm coming from. Okay, and like I said, I'm not going to mislead none of my subscribers. Shouts out to all my subscribers, first of all. Shouts out to the ones I do have. Okay, you know, if a lot of y'all see, I've been very accurate at what I've been telling y'all, all right? So let's look at the Patriots schedule, what they plan in, because y'all think New England just be going to the Super Bowl every year. They really don't. That team has the hardest schedules every season. Matter of fact, any 2 teams that have played in the Super Bowl, their schedule is always going to be the hardest. That's just how it is. Okay? They don't be giving the Patriots no easy runs to the Super Bowl. They don't. They have some of the most toughest routes getting there. But because it's Bill Belichick, because you still have Tom Brady, the team is still well off. Okay? They have one of the best owners in Robert Kraft. So y'all understand how this goes. Now, Bill Belichick, his regular team is 214-74. Okay? Career record. 249-108. That's hella good. Okay, this, like I said, that means this man has been winning the majority of his games every season. So y'all gotta understand that Bill Belichick knows how to keep his team fresh, and he loses a majority of players. But I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. So okay, so let's look at the schedule right now. Okay, so this is going from September. This is not preseason. This regular season, starting in September 9th. Y'all say that date, September 9th. The regular season starts. You got the Houston Texans. Okay, Jacksonville Jaguars is going to be tough. Detroit Lions, Miami, Indianapolis. Okay, those 3. I think Miami, Indianapolis, those going to probably be one of the easiest teams. But Kansas City, October 14th, Chicago. We'll see how that new quarterback does. Buffalo's not going to be easy. Green Bay, Tennessee, again. Even though there's a gap even though you got a gap in between Detroit, because Detroit's decent. No, Detroit's going to be tough too because the defense coordinator is over there now. Okay, the defense coordinator, the big dude with the beard, he's now the Detroit Lions head coach. So that's going to be another tough game. The Lions actually are not that. They're not that weak. I'm gonna be honest right now. The Lions can't compete right now. The Lions can at least make things interesting for you. So Houston, Jacksonville, and Detroit are going to be tough for the simple fact those three teams have defenses. Jacksonville has the #1 defense in the league, next to Philadelphia. So you got them three. I think Miami, Indianapolis, they should win with no problem. But Kansas City is going to be tough. Okay, Chicago is whatever, they rebuilding. But then you got Buffalo, Green Bay, and Tennessee, November 11th, November 4th. And October 29th. Again, three teams that's going to be hard. They got a bye week. Then after that's the New York Jets. Jets, even though the Jets don't do too well against other teams, they play their division rival really good. And plus now they got Teddy Bridgewater over there. So that's going to be interesting. Sam Darnold can also start for them. Minnesota's going to be tough. You got Miami again, but Pittsburgh, December 16th. Buffalo again, and New York. So again, as y'all can see, the Patriots' schedule is going to be once again hard. They're not playing too many weak teams on that schedule. And like I told you, there's teams that are getting better. Like the Bills are getting much better. The only problem with the Bills, they got to find a franchise quarterback. They need to find one particular quarterback and stick with it. I didn't agree with them getting rid of Tyrod Taylor like that because that brother did get them into the playoffs. Something that they have not had since '99. They have not been to the playoffs in at least a decade and a half. So that's the Bills' only problem. They need to figure out who's going to be that quarterback and stick to that quarterback, that one quarterback. They need to stop changing up quarterbacks every 2 or 3 seasons because that's not helping them out any further. But as far as defense is concerned, the Bills are still there. I told y'all from that. They got one of the best defensive lines in the NFL now. Okay, their linemen and linebackers are no doubt, you know what I'm saying, those are no jokes at all, man. Those are actually decent defenses. So now we're going to look at the final analysis for the Patriots. This offseason seemed to have most drama off the field, madness, and media. Social print, television, blog, whatever, frenzy of any before it. Or was it Deflategate 1 or the Spygate 1? Or the Patriots are going to go 19-0. Yeah, they're going to go 19-0. Really, the amount of off-field friction perceived real. All above. It's basically the organization's normal by now. So far, as much panic as resides in New England over the Super Bowl loss and the breakdown in chemistry, the Patriots still suffered just a one-score loss to the Eagles because the defense simply could make a stop, which is true. If any of the deficiencies of the side of the ball can be cleaned up, this should again be one of the best teams in the AFC and a Super Bowl contender. So again, they tell y'all, despite that happening in New England, they found a way to bounce back. Okay, they found a way to recuperate their losses. The division appears to have an emerging threat in Buffalo. What I've just mentioned to y'all, Buffalo is getting better and better every year. Buffalo not only got defensive playmakers, they got offensive weapons as well, which made it to the playoffs last year. But so did the Dolphins the prior year before fizzling out. There isn't a real challenger until someone else wins the division. That hasn't happened in nearly a decade. When I just tell y'all, okay, the Patriots are by far one of the best AFC teams in franchise history as of now, currently. Okay, this team does have 5 rings for a reason. Okay, so y'all got to understand that the teams that played them in the Super Bowl admit that they didn't play them correctly, all right? The Patriots just was the better team. So y'all got to start this. That's enough with the Spygate. Enough with Deflategate. Enough with that, okay? The Colts didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but they didn't make it. They didn't make it since then, okay? Andrew Luck has had opportunities already. He's not that good of a quarterback. Because even about Deflategate, Andrew Luck still got picked off like 3 or 4 times in that game. So I don't want to hear that no more. As I continue, so we should see another strong season from the Patriots, provided Brady stays healthy. Between the lines, Belichick and his staff still have enough talent on hand to continue their dynasty and earn the franchise's 6th Super Bowl championship, which remains to be seen. Most of the contenders seem to be You're imitating from the South. As the Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans all have good young cores with the type of talent to make things interesting. The Steelers, Chiefs, and Chargers. Chargers, I don't know why they put them on there. Should also be threats. And if Baltimore can solve its issues on offense, they're in the mix too. So, of course, the Patriots aren't a slam dunk to make it back to the AFC Championship game. But do you really want to put your money down that they won't? Didn't think so. Again, people always, see, a lot of people, I noticed this too, man. A lot of people that do these YouTube videos, they always count New England out. They never say New England's going to the Super Bowl at all. Never. Why? Because they're biased, okay? Again, my YouTube channel is the only other YouTube channel that's actually spot on with these predictions. I told y'all 2 years ago, matter of fact, go back to my first video, all right? The first one I did, exposing that Colts and Vikings, I told y'all neither team was going to go. I told y'all New England was going to return that year. I told y'all that, okay? Again, nobody took my word for it. You brought in politics. You said this, you said that, okay? You say I'm too gullible, and then you see what happened. New England won it all like I predicted, okay? See, I don't need to, like I told you, I don't need no gematria calculator to determine, you know what I'm saying, what prediction should be. I use my common sense. New England for the last 10 years have had a better roster than most of those teams. Yeah, the AFC South just now started getting better. The Texans, Bills, even the Ravens and those type of teams, they just now starting to get back into the fold. But New England has been dominating ever since then. Okay, so that's what y'all got to understand. I don't need to do no politics. Donald Trump does not determine what happens on the football field. Okay, y'all got to stop looking at that shit. Yeah, it's been a lot of things going down between him and that anthem protest. But that anthem protest ain't got nothing to do with teams having to win football games at the end of the day. And see, Lord knows, man, I don't mean Kaepernick no harm. You know what I'm saying? I want the guy to play again, but he did this to himself. As much as Kaepernick did all that protesting, that man didn't win hardly a single game. He only won 2 games out of 16. That's not going to get you a job on the NFL. You don't get to go on another team and you only won 2 games out of 16. So you Kaepernick fans, get that through your skulls right now. The man is not in the league no more because he can't win football games. He can't adjust, he can't adapt. So let's let that alone. From here on out, no more Kaepernick. Okay, I done said enough about Kaepernick. That needs to die out. All right, like I said, the man don't care about playing football no more. It's it for him. He's sued the league. It's time to get on with your lives. The man has made enough money as it is. He's gonna do something else with his life. It's over. Like I said, if y'all want Kaepernick to play football again, they'll say black folks need to get together with P. Diddy and Jay-Z and Oprah and start your own black-owned league. You know what I'm saying? Get that televised and go from there. Okay? Colin Kaepernick may not ever play for the NFL ever again, and it's over with. All right? Jimmy Garoppolo, who the Patriots traded, that's y'all next guy. That's who San Francisco's going to be paying attention to. The Niners are actually looking like potential. I'm not going to lie. So, that's just it, man. So, as I continue on now, I'm looking at the player movement right now. I'm gonna show y'all the players the Patriots have lost, notably, okay? And who they just gained. Because y'all understand this. New England knows how to adjust, okay? Bill Belichick knows how to work with what he got. The man knows how to work with 3rd and 4th string guys. You don't have to have a gang of 5 or 6 Pro Bowlers to win a championship. So the Patriots just lost Trent Brown, who went to San Francisco. Adrian Claiborne, the defensive end, went to Atlanta. And Trent Brown, before I continue, was one of their O-line, okay? Did decently. He's in San Francisco now. Jeremy Hill, the running back, Cincinnati. Jordan Matthews, okay? The other top performing receiver. Okay, he's in Buffalo. All right, so the Bills now have another receiver. Another top performing receiver. Jason McCourty, okay? One of the McCourty twins. Has just went to Cleveland. So Jason McCourty's been here a while. Okay, y'all gotta understand that. Jason McCourty has played on this team. You know what I'm saying? Jason McCourty was that cornerback. He's in Cleveland. Troy Nicholas, okay? Yeah, I think I spelled his name right. Tight end, Arizona. He was basically behind Gronkowski, but it didn't matter. I mean, he's basically gotten a job in Arizona. Cordell Patterson. And this is who they just got, okay? These are all the people they just received. These are the player additions, all right? Or excuse me. So these are the people they just added. Just had Trent Brown from San Francisco, who actually wasn't that bad. Adrian Claiborne from Atlanta. Again, Adrian Claiborne was in that Super Bowl 2 years ago. He just got signed on to New England. This is the player. This is the key additions. Jeremy Hill from Cincinnati. Jordan Matthews from Buffalo. Okay, he got 1A receivers. Jason McCourty, one of the McCourty twins. He's now going to be joining his brother Devin, one of the Tennessee Titans cornerbacks. Is going to be joining his other twin. So now you have the McCourty twins
one playing corner and one playing safety, which is going to be very interesting. Troy Nicholas from Arizona. Cordell Patterson from Oakland has just joined them. Now you have Danny Shelton, defensive tackle from Cleveland. Another piece Cleveland wasted away. And then you have Matt Tobin from Seattle. So again, New England picked up some nice pieces, some nice free agents, okay? Like I said, whatever they lose, they gain back. Now let's look at the key losses, okay? And this is going to be very interesting. Danny Amendola is in Miami. You have Johnson Badamosi in Houston, another DB. Martellus Bennett is retired, so he's not playing the league anymore. He retired. Malcolm Butler, okay, Tennessee. Now you figure Malcolm Butler's going to leave anyway. I told y'all, man, the fact that Bill Belichick benched Malcolm Butler was clearly, man, that was clearly wrong. Malcolm Butler did so much for that team. Malcolm Butler helped them win that Super Bowl against Seattle. He picked off Russell Wilson. He deserved to have played against Philadelphia. So I figure he'll leave. I mean, he's on the right team. Just as Tennessee lost McCarthy, they just got Malcolm Butler. So again, that's gonna help Tennessee out a whole lot. So if New England has to play Tennessee, they need to be careful. They need to be very afraid. I'm serious. Devin McCourty, like this Malcolm Butler is gonna make them pay. Even though they got Jason McCourty, Malcolm Butler knows that team better than McCourty. He knows him off the top. Okay, so if the Patriots ever run into Tennessee, that might be a loss for them. I'm not gonna lie. Simply because Malcolm Butler wants revenge. Brandon Cooks is gone. He's with the Rams now. That was another big free agent. Cameron Fleming is in Dallas, another offensive tackle who was good for them. He's a Dallas Cowboy, so now Ezekiel Elliott got more blocking for him when he runs through the gaps, runs up the middle. The Cowboys have better offensive line to protect Prescott. Deion Lewis, another decent running back, and with the Titans. So again, Titans just re-up on 2 ex-Patriot players. Nate Soldier, another good offensive tackle with the Giants. So that's what the Giants needed. Okay, they need the offensive tackle. But again, y'all see it. They just lost a lot of their Super Bowl players. Players that helped that team get to the Super Bowl the last 2 years are gone. So again, y'all need to stop complaining about New England. Y'all need to stop bitching and complaining about New England. If New England goes because nobody could stop them, playmaking wise had nothing to do with the referees at all. Y'all was complaining that the Steelers didn't beat New England. The refs cheated Pittsburgh out of New England. Look how New England just lost to Jacksonville twice. The Jacksonville Jaguars blew them out, put up 30 points against Pittsburgh. So y'all need to stop complaining. For real. I claim, man, the main people that talk about the sports being rigged don't actually watch football at all. They really don't. Y'all know y'all don't watch an ounce of football at all. Y'all not watching none of these games. You're not watching none of this offseason, what I keep telling y'all. Y'all need to stop listening to the Y'all need to stop listening to the Zach K. Hubbards. You know what I'm saying? I'm done making videos on him, but that guy once again lied about the NBA championship just recently. He lied about the NBA finals. He had the nerve to say LeBron James was gonna win another rigged NBA championship, forgetting that Golden State still had the same team and a half last year that almost swept them last year. Okay, they only won 1 game, but the Warriors still got Kevin Durant. Okay, they still got Klay Thompson, still got Steph Curry, still got Draymond Green. And yet, he was going to take OKC over them. Like Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, and Paul George was going to beat them. And it was going to beat Golden State, and they only been together 1 year. No, it doesn't work like that at all. There's no chemistry. That's not how sports is being played. You know, so guys like Hubbard clearly don't know sports at all. They don't know what they're talking about. I told y'all, politics and all this sacrificial nonsense ain't got nothing to do with a team going to win a game. As much as you say somebody getting sacrificed, that team you saying is cheating still got to find a way to win the game. If they don't beat their opponent, they're not going to win. Now let's look at the Eagles, okay? The Super Bowl champions, okay? Let's look at their schedule. So Doug Peterson is now 20-12. This is his second year in, okay? This man just won a Super Bowl his second year. That's very impressive, okay? It's just like Pete Carroll, all right? Pete Carroll, you know, he didn't win it the first year, but the second year he won. He had a breakthrough. Now, let's look at his schedule, okay? So he has Atlanta, September 2nd. That's the opening game. That's going to open up the season. It's September 6th. So that's when it officially starts. That's the opening game against Atlanta. That's going to be hard. Tampa Bay is going to be interesting. That's September 16th. So you got Indianapolis, Tennessee, and Minnesota are going to be tough. The Giants, that's a win for them. Carolina and Jacksonville, October 21-28. So they got a back-to-back tough games against Carolina and Jacksonville. Then you got a bye week, and then you got my Dallas Cowboys. That's game of the week right there. That's going to be a tough one. Then you have the Saints, tough. They're playing the Giants again, but Washington might be interesting because Alex Smith's over there. You have Dallas again December 9th. The Rams, December 16th is going to be tough. You got Houston, you got Washington. So like I told y'all, like the Patriots, the Eagles, once again, got a tough schedule. It's not going to be easy for them whatsoever. And as far as Carson Wentz is concerned, Carson Wentz better bring his A game, because if he doesn't, he's going to get benched to Nick Foles. I believe, and this is what I truly believe, I believe the NFL players themselves want Nick Foles in there. Especially Fletcher Cox, because Fletcher Cox was around when the season before Nick Foles got traded. Fletcher Cox knows what Nick Foles could do. Even Zach Ertz. Okay, those guys know what Nick Foles is capable of. Like I said, Nick Foles just shows you what he truly is, how good he is. That he can be a great quarterback. He just won a Super Bowl for them as a backup. So if you Carson Wentz, I guarantee if Carson Wentz starts losing at least 4 or 5 of these games, they're gonna bench him. They're gonna put him on the bench and they're gonna replace him with Nick Foles. If Carson Wentz don't get this team to an NFC Championship or at least to the second round, he's gonna be losing his starting spot in 2020. Okay, so I can almost guarantee that Nick Foles has a lot of pressure on him. Carson Wentz has a lot of pressure now. Not so much Nick Foles, but Carson Wentz. Wentz has come back from injury because, like I said, Wentz suffered a bad injury. I told y'all before, these injuries are real. Okay, these injuries are no laughing matter. I had a dislocated shoulder myself. It took me at least 6 months to recover from that. So imagine tearing an ACL. Imagine, getting your knee busted. Imagine getting a dislocated arm. It hurts, okay? They got to go through a lot of rehab. We don't know how good Carson Wentz is going to return once he gets back. It's just like when Tony Romo kept getting hurt. Tony Romo's basic career was done. When Tony Romo got his shoulder knocked and dislocated by Seattle, that was it for him. He was done. Even the season before against Carolina, he was finished. He was done. That injury against Carolina in 2015, that was the end of Tony Romo as we know it. So like I said, man, this game. These sports are not easy. It's really not. Now let's look at the final analysis. The Eagles are set up well for their first ever Super Bowl defense, thanks to the return of just every significant contributor from the 2017 team. The only loss that could really hurt are offensive coordinator Frank Reich, new head coach in Indy, and quarterbacks coach John Del Filippo, new Vikings offensive coordinator. So they just lost 2 pieces that were important to that coaching staff that helped Doug Peterson. When healthy, and he should be early in the season, Wentz is a top 10 NFL passer, at least a great leader. So Wentz had an MVP type season. He was up there with Todd Gurley, Tom Brady. He was up there with them, and even Antonio Brown. He's up there for the MVP race. He prolongs plays and gets the ball downfield. Having Foles as a backup is a great thing, but this is Wentz's team. But like I told y'all, man, if Wentz don't do that well, it's not going to be his team. They're going to bench Wentz for Foles. Okay, so y'all understand that. If Wentz gets injured, gets another season injury, or let's just say he doesn't play to the explosiveness he's had last season, or he's not showing enough promise, enough to where they can trust him going into the playoffs, they're going to definitely go with Nick Foles. He is surrounded by a deep collection of skilled position contributors who make it extremely difficult to focus on any one player. The defense is built around getting pressure on the passer, and that's what it does. The Eagles are outstanding in evading enemy pockets with 4 rushers. That makes coverage schemes and more around harder to exploit. This is a deep, talented team, but trusted by an outstanding organization that fills these at all times with bold moves. Expect continued contention and plenty of excitement for a city still getting used to being on top of the NFL mountain, which is the very first in NFL history. The Eagles, until last year, have never won a Super Bowl at all since they've been franchised. So y'all must understand that. Like I said, the Giants beat New England twice off a 9-7 record. I know this team had a chance, which I told y'all last year. The only real reason why I went with New England in that Super Bowl because of experience, better experience, okay? Because I thought this was going to be Brady's last one. Brady made an effort to try to win that game. He just didn't, but this was going to be his very last one. He's going to retire, but I was wrong. And I admit that. The Eagles proved everybody wrong. Now let's go to the player movement. So key additions, Michael Bennett, which is Martellus' brother. He's in Seattle through that trade. Corey Nelson, linebacker from Denver. You got Haloti Nagata from Detroit. He was actually a very good defensive tackle for them last year. Tight end Richard Rodgers from Green Bay. They don't need him no more. They have Jimmy Graham. Mike Wallace from Baltimore. And they got Paul Rillo from another linebacker from Detroit. Now the losses was Bayou Allen, is with the Tampa Bay. LeGarrette Blount is in Detroit now. Trey Burton went to Chicago. Brent Killick is now a free agent. They basically let him go. Vinny Curry is in Tampa Bay. Marcus Johnson from Seattle. And then Donnie Jones, they punt retired. So the Eagles, no doubt in my mind, the Eagles going to be here. For the next, I say 4 or 5 years, they're going to be that new team you place on the NFC. Okay, so they basically had a taste of being at the top. They're not going in as defending champions. So let's say this is the Eagles' decade, no doubt, man. The Eagles are going to be around for a while. So we just got to face that fact. They still got a lot of competition. Because like I told y'all, man, like I told y'all in my last videos, you're going to be seeing a lot of teams you're not used to seeing anymore. Teams like the Bills, Titans, okay? The New Orleans Saints, the LA Rams. These are teams that's going to be around, you know what I'm saying, the next 10 years. That's going to be competing in the playoffs every year. Teams like the Steelers and even Patriots, these teams are starting to decline. Seattle, going on a decline. Even the Jaguars right now have a chance to go to a Super Bowl even next season. Now remember, keyword, I say chance. I'm not making any promises as of now. See, unlike these other YouTubers, I don't make Super Bowl predictions like that. I wait till playoff time comes to make my Super Bowl predictions. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay? As of right now, you're supposed to make predictions to see which teams are going to get to the playoffs. And the teams I just mentioned are playoff teams. Atlanta is still a playoff team. Carolina is still a playoff team. Even the Tampa Bay Buccaneers actually has a chance to get to the playoffs even more. So now they got Jason Pierre-Paul. They got a veteran defensive lineman that can lead that defense, okay? And all they need for Jacob Winston to do is just ball out. All Jacob Winston do is to make accurate throws, he'll win the game. So, again, man, these are teams that's coming up. So, like I told you, man, even teams like the Colts and Andrew Luck, no, they're done. I'm like, even Andrew Luck, man, like, I'm surprised analysts keep talking about him. He ain't did nothing, man. For real. And even the Vikings. The only way the Vikings will win a Super Bowl is just that quarterback. They got to make good plays. The way the Vikings played against Philly was just that was terrible. Okay, they didn't deserve to be there at all. The Saints should have been there. Okay, the Vikings just got lucky with that run throw. That happens. That's football. That was not scripted at all. That happens. Plays like that happens. Lattimore was a rookie last year. Now he's learned from his mistakes, so they obviously keeping him on. But that's just it, folks, man. Y'all gotta stop saying the league is scripted. Stop saying it's rigged. That's over already. So for those that want real football, subscribe to my channel, okay? Everything I'm just telling y'all is true. Like I told y'all, man, I use reading material. You know what I'm saying? I do my own research. I don't just take other people's word for it. I don't just take somebody and tell me how I should spend my money, you know what I'm saying, or what I should do. This is why for the last 4 years in my fantasy teams on NFL.com, I won all of my fantasy leagues. At least 3-4 years in a row. And matter of fact, if once I get ready to do fantasy league and do my fantasy draft, I'll do a video on that just to show y'all what I do. But that's just a video, folks, man. Like again, man, y'all need to be accurate. If y'all gonna make bets on the season, and I'm just telling you right now, just from a Vegas standpoint, like I told y'all in my other video from the Vikings Eagles video I made, do not take Vegas' word for it at all. Don't look at Vegas. Don't look how much money Vegas is making right now, because that's going to distract you. Whichever team you bet on to win a certain game, look at who's on their roster, look at their injuries, you know what I'm saying, look at the players they got, and compare that to the team they got to play. Because you never, and again, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, and I want y'all to hear me. Never make Super Bowl predictions before the season starts. I repeat, do not make a Super Bowl prediction before the season even begins. Okay? Because the team you put money on, the team you betted money on, comes to fail or they don't make the playoffs, you're going to look very, very molded and stupid. Just like 2016. Just like all the people that make that Colts and Vikings Super Bowl, all of them looked dumb and retarded. All of them did not know what they were talking about. So don't be one of them at all. Okay? Y'all need to go back and look at my very first video when I made that exposed that Super Bowl, I think the Super Bowl 51 prediction. Go look at that video, okay? I made a whole lot of people look stupid and dumb. This is why some people don't like me to this day. Because of that video. Because I exposed a lot of stupidity and a lot of nonsense, okay? Those people don't watch football at all. And that's another thing, too. Don't make bets and you don't watch none of these games. That's another thing I'm going to tell y'all. You know, I'm sorry, man. I'm just checking my time because I got to get ready to go to an appointment. I got an appointment at 10 o'clock with my dealership because my car needs servicing. But again, man, like I told y'all, only idiots make Super Bowl predictions before the season even starts, okay? Only idiots do that, man. Like, throughout the season, you supposed to just make bets. If anything, you make bets on certain teams in divisions to make the playoffs, but you never make Super Bowl predictions before the season starts. That alone start talking about nonsense. Start talking about somebody getting sacrificed, somebody's death. Man, alone gematria. I told you, man, gematria doesn't help. Those calculators don't work against football at all. It just doesn't, man. Y'all gotta stand that some football players are smarter than us. So that's just what it is, man. So if y'all gonna make bets, do it during season. Okay? Don't put all your money you earn. Don't bet $200-300 on one team winning it all. That's just stupid. Because even then on YouTube, there's a lot of people making predictions right now that don't watch football at all. They don't watch none of these games. They don't watch Sports Center. They don't watch, like I said, they don't watch Undisputed. They don't watch First Take. They don't watch none of the high. They don't go on NFL.com. They don't look at stats. They don't look at none of that at all. They just going off the top of what they think is going, who they think is going to win. And they don't know what they talk about. They have no knowledge for the game. Some of y'all need to stop listening to them people. Now, shouts out to Future Sports because he's the only other YouTuber I pay attention to because that man got common sense. Okay, even Chronicle Jr., if he's not talking about satanic stuff, he actually knows football. He actually has some knowledge for the game. You know, a lot of the stuff he says and some of the stuff he says is far-fetched. The man is still intelligent to determine what type of player is going to be good or not. So you got to look at those YouTube videos. Look at YouTube videos as mine that's actually telling you actual stats. Because to me, I break it down from an analytical standpoint. Like I said, I don't just go off the top from what I think is going to win. Like I said, I do my research. I look at a specific team. I look at all 32 other teams. I look at their schedule. And I look at who they're going to play next. See, that's another thing. Y'all got to watch some of these games. Because even a sorry team like Cleveland could basically upset a team like the Rams. And I told y'all in my other video, it won't be long before Cleveland becomes a playoff team again. They got a lot of talent. Okay, Baker Mayfield's potential. Tyrod Taylor's showing you that he could be a playoff quarterback. He can lead a team to a playoffs like he did the Bills. That's probably why the Browns spent the money on him because they want 2 guaranteed quarterbacks like the Eagles have. Okay, like I said, the Browns got playmakers, just the management been so horribly that they don't do anything. But that's a video for a whole nother topic. But again, folks, that's how I make my predictions. Just like I know teams like the New York Giants, even the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Patriots, they're declining. The Steelers ain't been to a Super Bowl since the Packers beat them, which was in 2011. So what does that tell you? Okay, Roethlisberger and Brady and Breeze and even Phil Rivers, they're getting older now. A lot of these guys are retiring. That's another thing. Players like Martellus Bennett, they're retiring. They're not going to be in this league for too much longer. Shazier, as far as Von Miller's getting ready to retire, Golden Tate already retired. Okay, so like I said, man, a lot of these guys are gone. And if Golden Tate didn't retire, he's getting ready to retire. He had a serious neck injury. He may not even play football no more. And you got players like him that's, like I said, they're phasing out. Players that's been in this league 8-9 years, like Dez Bryant, they don't have too much longer to go. This is why Dez Bryant still to this day is not signed. So, again, folks, that's just it, man. Use your common sense. If you're going to make NFL predictions, use common sense. Just like in the NBA. Don't assume because it's LeBron James, he's going to be going to the NBA Finals every year and winning championships. That man is 3 for 8. But I'm going to get to him when the NBA season starts. But anyways, folks, that's my video. Y'all like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you soon. And then comment which teams you think is going to make the playoffs. And again, I don't want to see no Super Bowl predictions. Please don't embarrass yourself like that. Okay? Because if I go on YouTube and I see people doing Super Bowl predictions, I'm going to put them on blast. I'm going to copy paste my first video and explain to them why they don't need to be doing that. Because again, people who make Super Bowl predictions before the season start just want to look smart than what they already are. I told y'all, YouTube promotes stupidity. And all they're doing is just trolling a whole lot of you. They want y'all to put money on a team winning Super Bowl so they can bet against you and take away all your money. That is a trap. That's the biggest trap on here I see it on YouTube. Okay? There's people like the RG, the chosen one, that want you to put money on a specific team. Hubbard does this. War the Troop, all these guys, Eagle Speak, they want you to put your money on a certain team. Okay, they want a gang of people to bet money on a Super Bowl team so they could go down to Vegas. They can see the bets and they can bet against it so then they can win your money by the end of the season. And be, you know what I'm saying, get higher else. And win like 20-something thousand. That's what they like to do. Okay, so y'all got to be mindful of that. That's just it, folks. Y'all be blessed. I'll see you real soon.